So here we continue to IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4, Specimen Paper 2020. Question number 3a. This is about the table of a function. So what we do, we just simply substitute x equal to 5 into the function. So we'll have f of 5 will be equals to 20 over 5 plus 5. Using our calculator, we will get 9. So we can just put 9 here for the f of x. And then how about the x? So we just put x into the x. So f of x will be equal to 20 over x plus x. So it will be 10.5 using the calculator again. So we just finished the table. For question 3b, it is about the drawing for a graph of a function. So here we have altogether 10 points. For example, this one is the first point we can draw on the graph. And when x is equal to negative 10 right here, and then the f of x, that's the y will be equals to negative 12. So you can do it like this way, negative 10, and then the y will be negative 12. So the first point will be here. Okay, let's continue with another point. For example, here, the blue one, when x is equal to negative 8, we start from here, and then the y will be equals to negative 10.5. For the y, here is the negative 11. So the negative 10.5 should be somewhere in the middle of the negative 10 and negative 11. So it should be somewhere here, and then you just draw the line, and then we will have the blue point. The second point will be somewhere like here. To skip some time, I've already drawn the green point here, and then the yellow point here. And how about the black point? Okay, so for the black one, we need to think about where is the negative 1.6. So you can think about this way. For 5 grids, right, 5 grids, it will be equal to 2, or 10 minus 8, or you can just see it as 2. So for 1 grid, it will be 2 over 5, so it will be like 0.4, alright, for one small one. So here, for the negative 1.6, actually is equal to negative 1.6 divided by 0.4, so it will be 4, or 4 grids. So you can just draw it like this way, negative 1.6 to be somewhere here. And how about the negative 14.1 for the y? For the 14.1, we actually can draw it very accurately. So you can just imagine it is slightly equals to the negative 14. So you can have the black point like somewhere here. Okay. Similarly, we can finish these 5 points. So altogether we will have 10 points. So here we need to link up all the points, but you know that we are not using the straight line to link them. It should be some curve, or some smooth curve. So try to do it as smooth as you can, like this, because this curve will affect the value of the next part. Okay, like this maybe, and then maybe something like this. Try to do it as smooth as you can. And just one more thing, we call this kind of graph hyperbola. Question 3c is about solving associating equation. We already have the graph for y equals to f of x. We just need to have another graph for y equal to 11, right, for this. Okay, so we just draw a graph, and for this y equals to 11 is a horizontal line like this. All right, when y is 11, so we should have something at 11 and horizontal line starting from here to there. Okay, so what we do next, we just find the intersecting points of these two graphs for the y equals to f of x and the y equals to 11. Okay, so we got 2 points. These 2 blue points, or these two, Okay, so we just find the x coordinates of these 2 points will be the root of x. Alright, so here I get this one, I will get 2.4, I think, and here I got something like 8.6, or it's in between these two, so it's 8.6. So I will just get 2.4 and then 8.6. And again, for the marking scheme, right, it is like 2.1 to 2.8, accept 2.1 to 2.6, and then 8.5 to 9 will be acceptable. So again, in part B, when you draw this graph, the answer of part C depends on how you draw this graph. So try to do this as perfect as you can. So we come to question 3D. 3D is about how to interpret the roots by the graphical method. If two graphs are intersect at 2 points like this, then we will set there will be 2 solutions for the x, for the root of x. And if these 2 graphs touch at 1 point only, then there will only be one root or one solution for the x. And how about if these two graphs do not intersect with each other? So this kind of thing, you will have no solution, 0 solution for the x. We also need to pay attention to the prime number. Remember, for prime number, it must be positive numbers only, no negative numbers. For the prime number, which means it only have 1 and itself, or the prime number p maybe, or these two are the factors only. For example, for the prime number, we know is the first one is 2, 3, and then followed by 3, and then 5, and then 7, and then it will be 11, and 13, 17, and 19, and then 23, and 29, blah 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 blah. Or remember first, number 1, 1 is not a prime number. It's not a prime number, nor is also not a composite number. It's neither prime number nor the composite number. So here we need to try some graphs for y equal to k, which are horizontal line like this blue line here, and these lines must not cross with the y equal to f of x, the black curve we draw in part B. So we can just here I will just move the blue, this horizontal line like this. So when it comes like here, it touch with maybe 1 point or 2 actually, if the graph extend. So for this kind of k, y equal to k like this, you will have 2 solutions, or when it is f of x equal to the k. So it's not what we want for the k. So here we still got 2 values, 2 solutions. And right here, when k equals to 9, we will have 1 solution. But when k is less than 9, these two, the blue horizontal line doesn't touch the black curve, the y equals to f of x, so they will have no solution, when it is less than 9. So until this is still no solution, no solution, no solution, no solution. And then it becomes negative 0 and a negative. So here for the prime number is just less than 9. Any prime number less than 9 will be fit. So here, for the answer should be 2, 3, 5, and 7, which is less than 9. So these are the answers. We have 2, 3, 5, and 7. We need not to add the negative number. We just add here 4 numbers only, or no negative numbers. Question 3E is about the gradient and the concept of parallel lines. For the gradient, it is just the tangent to the graph. So this sentence, the whole sentence, means that when we draw a tangent to the curve, the black one, at the point x is equal to 2 and then y is equal to 12, this point, the slope will be negative 4, like this. The tangent just touched the black curve at 1 point, So this is the blue line is the tangent and with the slope -4. Okay, so when there is something parallel to it, the parallel line have the same slope. So another tangent must be parallel to this one. So we can just use the ruler and then move it like this way, and then find that another tangent touch the curve at one point, and due to the property of hyperbola, another tangent must be something like here. And touch the graph at this point, or the yellow point. So it should be the x is equal to -2 and y is equal to the -12. And then we come to question 3F, part 1. It's just simplifying the equation. We just substitute the f of x here into the equation. So just substitute it, and then for this, the next line, we will just multiply x into 3 terms, all the 3 terms. So we will get 20 plus x squared equals to x to the power 3, like this. And then we need to move all the items to the right-hand side, maybe. Right-hand side. So we'll get 0 on the left-hand side, and then equals to x to the power 3 minus x squared, and then minus 20. And then you can compare with the equation he got for you. So let me rearrange it like this. -x squared and then minus 20 equals to 0. When you compare it, this -x squared is equal to plus px squared. So p will be equal to -1. That's what we want to have. So p is equal to -1. We also got that plus q will be equal to -20. So we have the q equals to -20. So we also already showed this. And then we come to question 3F, part 2. Draw another graph. For this graph, or the x squared something, it is kind of a parabola graph. So for this kind of graph, y equals to a bracket x minus h bracket square plus k. If a is positive, it will be open upward. If a is negative, it will be open downward, like this. So for this one, a is +1, so it will be open upward. And for the h and k, it is the vertex, or the x coordinate of the vertex will be h, and then the k will be the y coordinate of the vertex. So for this one, the h, actually there's nothing inside the bracket, so it is x equal to 0, and then for k is also equal to 0 for this graph. So the vertex is 0, 0. So it is the origin here. So the graph should be something like this. The vertex is here, and then it's open upward. And if you have time, you can just plot the red point like this, or when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1, x is -1, y is still 1, and then blah blah blah, like this, and then you have something like this. And remember again, this graph will determine the answer for the next question. So try to do it as smooth as you can. And then we come to the question 3F, part 3, solving the equation using the graph method again. So for this one, actually it's same as this, f of x equals to x squared. So actually we are just going to solve this, or try to solve this. And we already have these two graphs, y equal to f of x and y equal to x squared. We just need to find the intersection point of these two graphs again, so it should be here. So the x coordinate of this point should be something like here. For my method, for my drawing, I found it should be something like 3.4, and for the marking scheme for this one should be 3.1 to 3.6. So try to draw better to get the perfect answer. So here we come to the question 3F, part 4. Here we got another graph, but doesn't matter. So let's see what was this graph is. Y equal to x cubed minus x squared minus 20. And then P is the point, x is equal to n, and y is equal to 0. and we want to find the value of n, we just put this back into the x and then the y. So we will get 0, y will be 0. So 0 will be equals to n will be x will be n. So n to the power cube and then minus n squared minus 20. So we need to solve this. But look at this. We have already solved x cube minus x squared minus 20 equals to 0. We got that x will be 3.4. So these two equations is just the same, just the unknown change from x to n. So they should have the same answer. So just the same answer as the part 3. So 3.4. So my part 3 answer. The end.